So Sheeds, thanks for joining me again. You must have been really happy with that strong performance against South at 52-point win.
Thanks for having me, Josh. Yeah, it was good. It was set up with our first quarter, and really wanted to focus on a couple of KPIs throughout the day, and that starts with the first quarter and the first contest the players have. And yeah, I thought we were really strong around the contest and the ability to play the game in our front half, and not only play it there but lock it in there and get really set up behind the footy. And yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it must have been a bit of a shock for everyone that they kicked the first goal in 70 seconds, I think it was. Must have been happy with how the boys responded to that. They were very up and about.
Yeah, South were?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that happens, I guess, when opposition kick a goal early and they're playing away from home and they're trying to get momentum. And the game's played over 120 minutes, not 70 seconds. So, teams are going to do that against you. So you've got to refocus and go again and play contest to contest, and every contest on its own merit. And thought we did that really well. I thought our shape on the ground the whole day was really strong. The ability to move the ball through South was really strong as well. So yeah, we feel our footy's building, and it's taken some really strong training, and and keep building on that.
Must have been really happy with the midfield battle. Cootie, Kennelly, Sermon, Brokes, that just dominated in the end.
Yeah, I just spoke about Luke gives us the opportunity to play Finn forward more, and Finn's done a tremendous job at the first half of the year and been able to compete really strongly for us in the ruck, and he's still a really good ruckman in his own right, but the ability to play him forward gives us different looks and different strengths, and his footy's going to another level again by being able to play him around the contest early in the year, and now he's taken that craft forward. He's really good in the air and on the ground, Finn, so having Luke back's been really good to be able to balance our whole field out, and then give the on-ballers first use as well. And Billy's form has been as good as anyone, I believe, in the competition over the last 3 weeks, and JK going in there again on the weekend. And he had a sore calf last week, and he'll never make excuses, or the week before, but he was a bit sore going into Sturt, and yeah, really freshened up over the bye, and his footy was really strong on the weekend.
Yeah, how much does someone like Finn gain from those first 6 weeks, I think it was, around the ball? Probably wasn't expecting to play as a ruckman in pre-season, but how much does someone like that gain from being around the ball constantly?
A lot, I think. Yeah, a lot around the contest. Sometimes as a forward you can get starved a little bit if the ball's not getting in there. So his ability to be able to be around the contest, and he's a really strong body, Finn, and like we said, he's really strong in the air with his shape in the air and how he catches the ball, but also at ground level, and his power to be able to drive legs and get out of contest and act as another midfielder for us is really strong. And then you take what you're doing in the ruck, you take that in front of the footy, and it just keeps building to his game.
Yeah, for sure. Defensively, 32 points against, you must have been really happy with that performance.
Yeah, 7 defenders that have played together now for probably the last 4 to 5 weeks have been really strong, and something we've focused on as a whole of the team, to be a really strong defensive unit, and that'll give us the best chances to be able to be in games, and our offence will get built off how we want to defend and turn footy over. And our 7 defenders, Tommy Donnelly and Jack Hurd is our key post, and Pearce is catching the ball really well, and then Butters gives us the flexibility to be able to play on talls and smalls, and then around Murley, Matt Ling and Lordy give us some really good rebound and speed in that part of the game as well. So we feel at the minute it's really good balance down there.
Yeah, I thought Lordy was excellent on the weekend, and is it just working on his consistency to do that each week, or does he go into games with different things that he focuses on? Sometimes lockdown, sometimes he wants to rebound.
Yeah, a little bit. It's probably a bit coach's directive, a little bit in terms of his mindset around locking players down versus being a bit more offensive. We've tried him up the field a little bit more. He's got some great attributes. Lordy, with his ability to power through contest and move laterally and sideways, and put speed on the footy with his willingness to be able to take grass as well. So he's all players want to evolve, and we know how good he is at shutting players down and being able to do that. But for us to keep getting better as a footy club as well, we need all our players to continue to grow, and he's definitely one that's doing that. He's really spiked with his offence in the last month.
Yeah, he must have been really happy with the fourth quarter as well. Turned into a bit of a stalemate in the second and third, and then to power away in the fourth was pretty impressive.
Yeah, we always chase perfection, I think, as a coach, and it's probably asking a little bit to, have a really strong dominance on the game for 4 quarters. So, to South's credit, South are a really good young side, and they move the ball well, and their contest is their one wood. And so we knew that there was going to be a response at half time, and they got us around the contest and contested possession. And when you're losing them 2 stats, it's hard to get the ball in your forward half and play the way you want to. So, yeah, credit to them. And then for our boys to respond, we talked about that after the game. It could easily probably end up being a bit of a stalemate again in the last, and you win the game by 4 or 5 goals, which probably isn't a true reflection of the game. So to be able to then, I guess, win the arm wrestle back into our favour and to continue to play our way in the last quarter was a really good performance by the boys.
Yeah, and Lowy copped a bit of a heavy knock on the outer wing there. Do you think you'll be okay this week?
Yeah, we're hopeful. Spoke to Lowy this morning, so he's feeling like it's a little bit of a corky in his lower back. So we'll know more. He'll get some physio and some scans on it this week, but he's feeling really good at the moment. We know how important he is to the footy club, so he's the ultimate professional, that's for sure. So if anyone can get up, he'll be able to.
Yeah, spoke to Lingy after the game. He said it was probably the best side that you had on paper, and also first time you had no changes from week to week. Must be nice, full outfit out there pretty well. Yeah.
Well, I think going in unchanged, and we always want to get better as a footy club, and the old don't fix something that's not broken. I don't really live by that theory. I think we can always improve. However, we felt against it, everyone played their role and played it in a really positive way. And there are a lot of trademark games from all our players in that game against Sturt. So, through that, them 22 players deserve the right to front up again and play, and that's how we'll continue to judge our players and work with them and value match committee as well.
Seems like you're slowly pegging your way back into the contention, I guess. 3 and 7 now. Really strong performances over the last 5 weeks. What is the next little window of the next 5 games mean? Is it going to be massive in terms of the season?
Yeah, I think every game's important. I guess every game's like a bit of an elimination final. We haven't spoken about finals, and we won't. It's about our game and concentrating on our key KPIs and what they look like for us to be in games of footy, and they're really strong on the weekend around little things in our game that we need to work on to give ourselves a chance. And there's no greater challenge than this week against Glenelg, who are, arguably with Sturt the best side in the competition with their ability to score, the number 1 offensive team in the competition. So that's a good challenge for our defence, and we believe our defence has been really strong. So our players can't wait, our coaches can't wait. It's going to be a good day here at Norwood Oval. Yeah,
for sure. And there's reunions as well. 1975 Premiership reunion. How much do you lean into that type of thing as a coach?
Yeah, a lot. I think it's part of our history. It's part of our makeup. It's part of who we are. So it's important to acknowledge people that are coming through now. The present. It's important to acknowledge the past and what they've done for our footy club, and like the players here, we've got the opportunity now as coaches and players to have our own little imprint in history, and that's what we're trying to do. And it's a great it's going to be a great acknowledgement for the 50-year reunion for our players to meet them and talk to them and get to know them and share their experiences. And I think that's how you build culture in clubs and continue to have a love for a footy club as well. So we're looking forward to getting to know them, and they'll be around pretty heavily on Thursday night here, having a dinner here, and then also Saturday we'll welcome them into the rooms and get around our present players as well.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Sheeds, and good luck against the Bays.
Thanks, Josh. Cheers.